Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Existence Podcast, episode 45. My name is mcpeachpies, and today this is a fun little one-on-one session with Noel. Hello, Noel. How are you?
To anyone watching this, I'm trapped here against my will. I did not have to be here.
Hey. This was your idea. Let's not twist the story.
I needed an enrichment in my cage, man.
It's been nearly 6 months since the last podcast, so in classic Existence fashion, we have done a lot since then. The last podcast we did was just after or just before the Spring to Life drop, which I think was 1.21.5?
I don't know. You think I keep up with this stuff?
I honestly don't know anymore. I don't know what version is what, but yes, it's been a little while. We're sitting here on the beach, hanging out on Community Server 3, which launched about 5 months ago, back in, was it April? Yes, April.
I think it was April, yeah.
Yeah, because we were aiming for March, and then we were waiting for one of the drops, probably the Spring to Life drop.
I mean, yeah, it's a cool drop. It's got a lot of bushes and grass.
And
it was worth waiting.
Something else. What else was in the Spring to Life drop?
Pigs.
Pigs? Oh, the woolly...
The pig variants.
Pig variants, yeah.
I think that was it.
Oh, pig variants, cow variants, chicken variants. Lots of springy stuff. But yes, the meadow flowers, not the meadow flowers, what are they called?
The wildflowers.
Wildflowers and falling leaves and all that kind of thing. Yes. Anyway, we can revisit that. But yes, we're here on Community Server 3, which is fantastic. Been here about 5 months now. And we've got this beautiful vista of the town area, which has come together very nicely. I think Yoglington deserves a lot of credit for the incredible builds here, a lot of his style. But Noel, you've also contributed quite a bit in terms of your design. You can see your recently constructed, or grown, I should say, tree sticking out the back, which is quite nice.
That's my grief, yeah. Historically, Yog kind of just builds stuff, and then that's just kind of how the server looks for a while. So I'm vibing with this a lot, but my goal is to grief town more and more, and then not make it just Yog who did town, or like the big builds of town.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be putting a lot of more trees around. I kind of designed this little white building here, and then I got stumped and Yog finished it. So
this is your shop, isn't it? It's going to sell something.
Yeah, it's going to sell something.
Oh, do you know? Or it's the boutique.
Yeah, it's the End Brand boutique. It's going to sell something, but that it's not time to reveal yet.
No, we can talk about that later if needed.
Yeah. Town's it's shaping up.
Is this your horse?
That is my horse.
I'll decide later whether or not I want to put this in the podcast or not. The actual name of the horse.
Yeah, don't. But well, it's a little bit PG-13, so I probably wouldn't.
Yeah. We've come a long way since early days of Existence, where everything was so strict on our YouTube series, and even early days of Community Server 1, and even last Community Server 2, we were a bit more particular. But this season, I think everyone's growing. We'll be celebrating 10 years next year of Existence. Everyone's growing up. I was 17 when we started Existence, and now I'm 27.
Wow, that's rough.
That's rough. Yeah, so we've kind of, this server, we've kind of relaxed a little bit. I'm not going to call people out on everything. There is a few things though that we've had to just remind people.
Yeah, like Rack City, the name of my town.
Yes, because it has racks and racks of equipment and gear.
Well, it was the town that we did. That was the one that we made a bunch of villager trading halls right away. So we were making bands upon bands, and what do you call a stack of bands? A rack.
Do you?
I mean, yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, please do. I hope I'm correct.
It's all right. We had a far worse town name on Community Server 1.
I don't remember that.
Um, it started with
You don't need to
C.
remind me.
It started with C. It was
Oh,
Sea City, I think, or something. Um,
is that what the corporation was? Anyway, yeah.
yes, and we can talk about that out of the podcast if we like. But yes, so anyway, long story short, we're here on Community Server 3. It's been a great time. I think we just hit week 22, which is about 5 months in. Yeah, everyone's grown, and it's been a bit of a kind of more of a slow burn so far with the server. Things haven't like immediately taken off and everyone's kind of built everything and then disappeared. And that's been good. I kind of like that in a way. I kind of prefer that. I think.
I was talking about this actually.
Mm,
I think it was with Jay or Galaxy. I was talking with him about it, and compared to other seasons, this seed doesn't necessarily have like a small dedicated area to have like to just do whatever you want. There's no real like natural built town section. We just kind
mhm.
of have this little area that we call town, and we just kind of do builds here. And I think part of that is actually because of New Dawn being the last project we had,
Yes.
right? Where everyone kind of just ran off and did their own thing, and now here we are. I think all of us kind of ran off and did our own thing. The big thing, however, is that at least most of us are still all on the same continent, which is really cool.
And that
And
was
it,
by
yeah,
design.
yeah. I mean, it's large enough that we can all kind of do our own thing, but it's
Mm.
small enough that like pathways to and from locations via
Yeah,
horse are
yeah.
like
Hang on, I'll
actually
bring up
viable.
the map on my end. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So this here is the island, as we call it. But yeah, it's essentially a big landmass, big continent. And we did have a seed vote. I definitely have my ways of, I wouldn't say bullying people, but persuading people into
Yeah, I
voting
was
what
a
I
big
think is the
proponent of
best
the seed as
option.
well. Yeah, no, I mean,
uh,
I was a big fan of this one as well. I remember it was between this and another one, and I had to
mm,
convince people that, yeah, while this is a really pretty seed, imagine like six people building in this one area.
yeah, 100%. So it's yeah, a great area. If I zoom right in, it's an awesome map as well. This is a new mod we're using for the map. It's called Blue Map, as opposed to historically we've always used Dyn Map, which was great but pretty dated. And the biggest problem with Dyn Map more than anything was that it was really annoying whenever there was updates. Like it was very slow to update. You'd always have to track down beta builds and everything, whereas Blue Map is far more supported. But the rendering of Blue Map is honestly, it's just so good. And my favorite thing, if we zoom right in here, gives you like full, real good high detail, but then you can switch it over into perspective mode, which we didn't have enabled for a little while, but we decided to in the end. And it's so cool.
It's
Gives
so
you full
beautiful.
3D. Yeah.
I love how if you have the claims overlay on, it's like the entire world is painted red, even in 3D.
Oh yeah. If I go over to markers, there's a whole lot more flexibility. Where have I got it here? Claims. Yeah, that's right. The red, like paint the town red.
Yeah.
Go to the 2D view here. Yeah, so this was Kaney's little project for a little while, getting this all set up, and it's pretty cool. It makes it easy to show kind of where everyone's living. I've also got where is it player bases with the traditional kind of little vanilla banner flags icon, but some pretty cool stuff here. And it makes it easy to figure out where everyone is, where are the places we can go. Like in Brands, Neo Brandsburg, which was claimed before the server even opened, and I don't think has been touched.
Yeah. So funny thing, actually, I have been working on the builds for that. It's just I'm
Oh,
not ready to put it on the thing yet. I have
oh,
been thinking about it.
yeah.
I
I
want to
see. There's
finish
a Nether
my like
portal,
a build at spawn. Yeah, I got bored and I realized that no one else was going to do it for me, so I did it myself.
and fair enough. No, it's a cool island. It's honestly the seed. We spent ages looking for seeds, and had so many different options. I think we ended up having was it 6 seeds for the initial Patreon vote. I can't quite remember, but
I don't
there was a
remember. I only became a patron later just
that's
to
right.
vote.
There was a lot of options and so many cool seeds, and ultimately I was looking for I had this vision of this kind of island seed, and I really wanted to find it. And we found some good ones, found some kind of much smaller islands, and some that were also more directly connected. And then we came across this one, and I thought, that's it. That's got to be it. There was another really cool one that came very close as well. I think we nicknamed it Jungle's Edge. And it was this awesome, like, kind of, it was like a birch kind of basin, but surrounded by this really big, hilly kind of jungle area. I'll try to remember to put some footage if I've got it of that seed. But yeah, no, it was a bit of a fight. But like I said, I really pushed for the seed, and the vision I think so far has really worked out. Like you were saying, Noel, we've got kind of the middle, like the center of the island, which is kind of the de facto town area. But then we've also got all these pathways going everywhere. People's got different bases and community areas. There's the Big Dig.
There is the Big Dig.
There's the Big Dig, which looks crazy on the map.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a new building.
One day, did you find something?
I did. On top of, just above the Big Dig, there's a new,
Oh yeah,
like,
Sifty's been
Gothic
working on Rack
style.
City.
That's pretty cool.
She's
Anyway,
been having fun.
oh yeah, look at that. One of the perks of having blue map is being able to explore the world in this way. There was a bit of a discussion about like how I was kind of apprehensive because I did feel that it was a little bit cheaty, but also it kind of got to that point where who cares?
Oh, the motorcycles and everything.
Like why does it matter at this point? Ow! Someone slapped me. Was that you? Oh, I got couch potato.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But anyway, enough about the map. Awesome world, awesome seed. People living all over the place. People are branching out over to I think we nicknamed it the mainland, like off the island. And then as you can see with all these markers, there's so many different like little base areas scattered around the island. And we're slowly building pathways. And I think eventually we'll have maybe some sort of railway and all that. But we've also put an effort into the waterways.
Yeah, waterways are cool. It's fun boating around.
And I think, like you were saying, off the back of like New Dawn, I think that's really a push for that has come from having those alternative kind of travel options. That isn't just Elytra. I mean, I have an Elytra. I mean, I got it on my hotbar, but like I've barely used it.
I don't have an Elytra.
No, yeah, I've only flown 76 kilometers, and contrasting
Still on
that, you've got
congratulations.
Yeah, just oh, well done. So yeah, and I think it's also part of that slow burn too. People haven't been playing on it constantly. We've all been extremely busy this year in the real world. I know I have, and I know you have too. Life finds a way to exist.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good pun. That's a good pun.
That's good. Thank you. And that's been good. It means that it's nice when we have these moments like this weekend where you can just jump on and run around and get some stuff done. And we still have the hangout days every fortnight, which is a nice kind of preset time where anybody can just kind of jump on and hang out. But yeah, that's kind of my summary of season 3 so far, or community server 3, I should say. It's been a good time. It's been a very good time.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun. I've ended up being very active on this server, surprisingly, compared to previous things.
Yeah. I know you were saying before you've got a lot of projects planned. Whether or not you'll actually execute them is the other question.
Yeah, I can be an egotistical maniac and talk about my projects for the server.
I mean, you've got a lot of aspirations, and you were talking about your building before in the trees. You were talking about building more trees around here.
Yeah, I was gonna build a couple more trees around town. I've been on a tree kick. I've been getting some practice in for my quote spawn base. So I've built a lot of trees, like studies. So I have a couple more, and I figured, why not just throw them in town? They look cool, and people won't complain because they look cool. So I'm probably going to scatter town with a couple more. I have a lot of other fun plans, like roads. I want to make the roads actually pretty and not just like a path. That's been a very slow burn because I just use the Nether nowadays because it's just so much. It's objectively faster. And
Well, not
sometimes it is a
even
hassle to get you. Yeah,
not even objectively, it is.
yeah,
It's
no,
eight
it
times
is.
faster for that matter.
It just looks so ugly. Man,
Oh
we need a
yeah,
Nether hub.
yes. Historically, as you pointed out the other day, we've essentially never had a proper Nether hub, um, ever.
Yeah, I don't think we need one most of the time.
Well, we had like a kind of pretty thrown together one on Legacy Season 1. Season 2 had a central room, but also that was also a bit messy because it was separate from like Spawn. Season 3, famously, I didn't do anything on there and committed to doing it and then never did. Then what do we have? Keystone. I don't even remember Keystone. I think same situation.
I don't know
Community
about
Server 1.
CS1s.
CS1, Yogg started, he built like a hub area and then I tried to change it quite dramatically and it got messy. But again, it's just like we've only ever had like this central area where the tunnels have always been historically quite incomplete. And then we did build a full design, full tunnel concept, everything for Community Server 2. Started it way too late, finished off somewhat of the main hub area, and that was kind of it. So hopefully things will be different this time.
You know about the Deadlands?
Have you heard about the Deadlands?
Have you heard about the Deadlands?
Yeah, but I have faith. We've got a few concepts kind of thrown together. You and I had a little bit of a play around with some tunnels a little while ago, and then one of the new guys from this server, Simpmeister, who's an amazing builder, has also come along and proposed a couple of concepts as well. So, as with a lot of things, and like you were saying about your projects, things are there. We're kind of playing with ideas, but curious to see how far we make it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working a lot on my spawn base design. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to have it done by the end of October.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are you planning to build this base? When you say spawn base, do you mean on the island?
Sorry.
Or do you mean like
on the
near...
island. That's what
okay.
I mean.
So not Rack City.
I'm doing it in the Rack City Lake.
Of course.
So it's just over the hill.
Yeah.
But I do want to work on the end brand spawn area a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just having fun building whatever I want in the moment. Honestly, that's kind of what I'm doing on the server. If I want to build a tree in town, I'll build a tree in town. If I want to build a house, I'll build half a house and make Yogg finish it. Like I don't, I feel no commitment. It's just a slow, fun server. I can do whatever I want when I want.
Yeah, no, and I love that. I'm really glad that we've got that kind of process. There is things like the Nether Hub and maybe the town hall area, which I'm like, we should probably actually get some drive for that. But everything else, like building all the pathways around the island and getting all these town buildings built, it's just like kind of going back, taking a step back and actually playing Minecraft as it's kind of as a sandbox, kind of just doing things and building stuff and not worrying about, whereas I feel like with like Community Server 2, we were so focused on, this area is for shops and this area is for farms and there area for like everything has to be perfectly organized and laid out. Whereas this server's kind of been like, here you go, everyone, have fun.
Yeah, it's nice. I do kind of like the decentralized shopping market, but I do think it's going to be a little restrictive if you cannot build in this specific style.
I know that is
a dedicated shopping district might be good, especially because like I want to open like 2 or 3 other shops later on, even though they're not going to make any money because no one grinds out diamonds on the server.
One downside to Yogg's incredible building style is that he will build buildings and then nobody else can match them.
Hey, I can do pretty okay.
Oh yeah, no, don't like
that's it.
Absolutely. But like I just love like here
It's
you've
just
got all
such a
these incredible
high bar.
shops and then you've got this box.
Yeah. This
Which,
is going to be MC's building, but he hasn't played much on the server.
No, he's been pretty busy, I know, and again in the real world as we all have been. But Yogg and I came through the other week and because this was essentially just a foundation, if that. So we came through and we just actually built a wall and a roof and But I have a house for the.
You do. You have a
I
house.
do. Again, famously, Legacy Season 3, I never had a house. I ended up living in a cave. So I was sure to build a house. And this is actually a throwback or a re-envision of my house design from Project Better Than Adventure. So kind of reusing that style. Came out well.
That was
But
a fun server. I remember the bridge. I had to make a big old bridge on that server.
you
I don't
did,
know
that's
why.
right. I don't think you finished it, though.
I did. I finished a pretty good time.
Didn't you
Right
finish
at
it
the
like
end
an
of the
hour
server.
before we closed the server?
Yep. So no one got to see it.
Amazing. Yeah, but hey, World Download is available at existencesmp.com, including the mod pack. But yeah, no, it has been good, and I think the community. And I feel like I say this every year, which is a good thing. The community feels closer personally than kind of last year. Like every year, I feel like everyone's kind of we know each other better. We've spent more time with each other, and I think that's a really good thing coming into the 10th anniversary, which is coming up quicker than I thought it would. Exciting times. I'm still maybe planning. I haven't fully committed yet, but to do a bit of an OE and visit America and visit the UK and celebrate the 10 years, which is a little bit
World Tour.
nerve-wracking.
Existence World Tour.
Existence World Tour, exactly right. As we know, I've talked about it in previous podcasts, but I did a little bit of a tour to Europe last year, but that was more of a personal trip, but also got a chance to meet up with all the Dutch and Yoglington. But yeah, next year will be hopefully like an actual kind of, I guess, semi-open meeting and gathering for everyone from Existence, but it'll also be, we're only a small community, so we want to make sure we do things safely and appropriately, but it's pretty exciting. 10 years still baffles me. So I think we're in a really good position now with the server, with the community for some pretty exciting times ahead. But yeah, just everyone's lives are kind of in different places at the moment.
This
People
happens
are.
when the server base of teenagers becomes a server base of adults.
I know, literally, like it's kind of yeah.
Like we're adults.
We are. We've all grown so much together. It's actually it's crazy to think about.
It's a throwback. I get it.
Thank you. But yeah, but then we still have people. People are still around. Like TC was around for the fair bit at the start of the server. Although he does that every server. He shows up at the beginning, plays an insane amount of playtime, and then goes back to doing TC things. In fact, you can see his house up on the hill on the background here. It looked a little bit different previously, but he made some adjustments to it. But
yeah.
No, I'm really, really grateful for where we're at right now, and especially with how my life's been so busy in the real world with my job, and then having the support by not only just the staff team, which is currently Jay, who's he's contributed a little bit, I guess, but he's so busy in the real world with his family, and Little's been awesome help. But then honestly, just the community in general, just an overall support and development for the server has been so good. We're just one big group of friends.
Have come down a lot. I stopped griefing around.
Yeah, we've essentially, I think, because coming off the back of like New Dawn and Community Server 2, we've essentially all come so close together as a group of people that we've almost had like no kind of moderation issues, no friends of friends coming on and griefing, no like, little brothers, oh, somebody used my account or something, like we had on the last server. So far, touch wood, everything's been great, and we've all been working really well together. It's been a good time. And hopefully I definitely see this server lasting for a long, long time. Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think it'd be good to end it after our 12 months total.
Well, Legacy Season 3 famously lasted 11 months. So give it 6 more months and we would have broken that record. So how good. But I don't know. Any other points from your end about Community Server 3? Otherwise, I think we could jump on to talking about some other little things.
I like it. I'm having fun. I gotta do more fun big builds, but that's it. I'm
Mm.
having fun.
We need to have an event. We need to have another event.
Yeah, I would. You know what? I was actually just thinking about that. The only
Mm.
event we've had was Howler's Taskmaster, in which I famously came in last place.
Yes, and also
Um,
nobody actually knew about it. We logged into the server. Change
yeah,
was online and went, "Why is everyone online?" And we went, "Oh, we're having an event." And they went, "Oh, okay." But no, I mean, we've had all our we have our fortnightly hangouts where people join in. We did have the Happy Gas update where that was more of a low key event where we it basically lined up on the hangout event, so we just updated and hung out with the Happy Gas. Um, we did have. I haven't added all the advancements as the problem. It's usually. Oh, of course, we had the dragon fight. That was kind of it, really. And the in-city raiding. That was a good little event. No project. What was it? Project Hailfire.
I forgot. It's been too long.
It's been a while. But yeah, I think Halloween's coming up. Um,
Yeah.
we obviously we invited Little into the quote unquote staff team because of his great talent at setting up cool events and running them. So I think this is the time. So Little, if you're listening to this, depending on how long it takes me to edit it, Halloween event.
Man,
We'll...
you would. I don't want to say anything, but you wouldn't believe what I DM'd Little about 3 days ago about.
Was it about a Halloween event?
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. I don't know what we would do because we don't have.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, we don't have the infrastructure, so to speak, on the server. Whereas, last time we had a big Halloween event, it was setting up the theme park and we had the mansion. But that was quite a little bit later into the server and we had more dedicated stuff. So I don't know what we would do. We could have another costume contest. I know we've always talked about doing that, but that would mostly result in you making everybody's skins.
Yeah,
um,
on it sucks being one of the main artists on the server.
mm,
Everyone wants. The idea that I've been working around in my head is trick or treating around Spawn Town.
oh, yeah, that could be
I'm
fun.
trying to figure out how to do that. Just something
Yeah,
small. That's all.
yeah. I don't know. We'll have to figure out something. But I think even if we just say, oh, we're having a Halloween hangout, find a spooky skin, even if it's just one from online of a character or something, and we can have a little party and I don't know, go maybe we could go find an ancient city or something and all scare the living daylights out of ourselves with wardens. That's always a good time. Even I went to that was one of the updates actually, one of the drops. Don't ask me which one. With the creaking and the pale garden. Initially, I was kind of a little bit like, oh, that's a really cool mob and a cool use of that biome kind of type. But I wasn't too phased by it. But then we've got one to the north of town, a pale. They are just called pale gardens, right? They're not pale forests or anything.
I'm pretty sure they're just called Pale Gardens. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, TC, myself, and I think it was McNugs, we went there to get, I think it was just to get some wood. And I kid you not, I was actually kind of terrified.
Howler.
Look at him go. Yeah, the creaking is terrifying. Not terrifying, but it gives you the shivers. It's kind of
The heebie-jeebies.
the heebie-jeebies, yeah. But perhaps that's a good segue into the recent drops, because I know we did want to have a podcast with Galaxy. They really wanted to talk about 1.21.9, and there's so many cool little quality of life and backend changes there, but I can't think of the specifics. Galaxy's the big brain when it comes to that kind of stuff. But
I'm stupid, so I don't know those either.
but I do want to talk about the recent drops we've had, how those updates have kind of been going since that Spring to Life update. Because I think there's been a lot of cool stuff. In fact, I'm going to bring up the wiki.
There has been a lot of cool stuff. We've had the Spring to Life update. We've had the Happy Gas, and we're about to have the Copper Age with all the extra little copper building blocks.
Yes.
The thing that gets me is we kind of just haven't had a big update in a while. And like these
No.
drops are like fun, but like I don't know, I kind of just want a big update instead of like a small drop again.
Hmm. Okay, so 1.21.5 was Spring to Life. So that was the last update we talked about, and I think it was just before it released. So yeah, as we
Yeah.
mentioned before, that was leaf litter, wildflowers, bushes, fireflies, all the variants of the farm animals. Yeah, so lodestone crafting, that kind of thing. But yeah, that was back in March. So that was a month before we launched Community Server 3. Then we had the Chase the Skies update, which was Happy Gas, which was in June. And you can see my Happy Gas and Yogg's Happy Gas floating around in the background there, so peacefully.
They're so funny.
I really like them.
They're kind of an eyesore sometimes.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're pretty slow. They are a lot of fun though. Like I remember I put out a video on it when we had that little hangout day with when we updated the server, and you can get up to some real mischief with them. But there's just something really fun about having a whole bunch of people flying around on the same thing and being able to pick up boats and carry more things around, and the changes to leads really help with that. But we did think about doing, actually, after that update, we talked about doing a podcast on a Happy Ghast and doing like a camera tracking thing similar to what we did on, was it Project Create? Yeah, where we had the train, I think that Marco set up, and we figured out a way to have the camera basically follow the train. And that made for a really fun podcast. And we thought about doing something similar with the Happy Gas. But like I said, we've all just been kind of consumed by the real world lately, so we never got quite around to it. But that's okay. But then what if we... So that was the last update, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which brings us...
The copper one's coming out very soon.
The copper one. Oh, they've actually... Oh no, have they?
They haven't given a release date.
No.
But they are in, I don't think they have, but they are in like pre-releases now. So,
yeah.
Which is a good sign.
What are your thoughts on the Copper Age? I know you have some opinions on the textures in particular with the new copper items.
Yeah. I'm glad they're added. That's kind of my thought. I'm not a big fan of some of the textures, including the iron bars.
Oh, the copper bars?
The copper bars and the copper chains. My apologies.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now.
I wish that they weren't just recolors, honestly.
Yeah.
I wish they were given like a unique shape. A big thing, the copper fences or whatever they're, the bars. Honestly, they already invented a better copper gate or whatever. I keep getting the names wrong. It's called the trapdoors. The trapdoors and the grates are great for like fences and stuff.
Yes.
But they just gave us like a boring recolor, and it's like, look at this, haha, we added a new block.
In fact, if we come up to my house up here, I've done exactly that, and I think it's a Yog technique, but yeah, using the copper trapdoors as fences, because they got a really unique texture that we just don't quite have with anything else.
We need more metallic blocks in Minecraft. We need more metallic blocks, we need more tiles. And copper's really good. I wish that we had like brass, like a dark brass or steel or whatever.
Yeah, more metals would be cool. More like maybe making alloys and stuff like that could be really cool. Interesting.
We already got the Copper Age. We're not going to get another metal themed drop for like years.
Imagine if the next like 4 subsequent drops are just Copper Age, like Gold Age, Bronze Age, Silver Age. They go hard for the next like year on metal updates.
Because they added Netherite a while ago, and that was a really nice addition. Obviously, it changed the very like look of Minecraft with that.
Yeah,
like they gave us such a cool texture for the block, and it's so hard to get. And I just wish that we could like that's such a good metal texture, and that's all we have. It gets me. It
Yeah.
pisses me off, viewer. It pisses me
Grinds
off.
your gears.
It really does.
Yeah. Well, I think, although in saying that, it gives you a good opportunity to experiment with your own textures as well, I suppose, and um, see what you can achieve with some resource pack stuff as well. Which feels like a bit. I mean, it's a bit of like a cop out. Like you shouldn't have to, but I mean, if you've clearly got a passion and a vision to do something with these textures.
Yeah.
Um, I'd be curious to see what you do, if you do anything.
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
really like making resource packs that edit blocks in game anymore.
Fair enough.
I am still working on my GUI pack. One day that will finish.
Oh
But
yes, yeah. Yeah. The one copper texture. I'm not. I mean, I agree with you about the bars. I wish they had a different arrangement, something slightly different to make them a bit more unique. The copper chain is a chain. Not a lot you can do with that. The copper lantern, though.
yeah, what's going on with that?
What's going on with that? It just doesn't. The green and the orange doesn't work together very well. The green on the weathered looks really cool because it blends nicely, and even the oxidized. But yeah, the straight copper and the exposed isn't too bad.
They look so weird. It's just I get it. I get it. I'm not a big fan of it. I got to be honest. Yeah.
I was gonna say which torch do you craft it with, but of course you craft it with a copper torch.
Yeah.
Which is another new item.
The Copper Age. It certainly is a thing.
Yeah, it's something. Although having new torch options is kind of cool.
Yeah, we just don't have colored lights. Instead, we just have green lights. Wonderful. Oh, the big thing that we're forgetting. Shelves.
Yes.
Shelves. They're so good.
The shelf
They're
block.
so amazing for building. They're so amazing functionality-wise. I love them.
Yeah, so run me through the functionality, because I've kind of got an idea of it, but I don't quite fully get. Is it just you can hot swap items?
Yeah, it's a hotbar swapper.
Mm.
It's also just a decoration thing. You can. It's really nice because what you can do is you can just like hang up a section of your base and just like a bunch of like random tools. You go and then you go away. Or you could maybe be silly and set up a bunch for blocks when you're building. I think that might be stupid, but
well, maybe, but maybe not. If you're doing like walls or pathways or something where you've got a specific palette for different areas, you could do a quick hot swap. Go, I'm doing the walls. Oh, now I'm going to do this path, or like for example, in town where we've got the wooden walkways, and then we've also got the muddy like mud bricks. Kind of pathways. If you were doing a section and you finish off the wood, I'll go swap it over and do the bricks now, the mud bricks. Maybe. Could be good for different, like, I know Little was talking about for the new Hero Stadium PvP arena, having like the preset different, what would you call it, like kits for different kind of game modes. Oh, there's a bee flying in front of the camera. And it looks like the size of the gas because of the perspective of Oh, how sweet. Yeah, so I could see that being really cool for like this. Here's a specific kit out for this type of PvP and a different kit out for this game mode. And then Little can have those preset onto because you can use hoppers, can't you? You can fill it with hoppers?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. So that would be really cool. I'd be interested to see. I know Little has got some big plans for the Hero Stadium for the server. He's like almost doubled the size of it.
I think it's very, very large.
Yes.
We're gonna need a Hero Stadium Light Edition.
He was talking about building it on like its own island, or in its own kind of area. So I'm not sure what his plans are, because there's a few options around, but a lot of the like smaller islands, especially up north, like you've got the Fatnik Island, and then you've got Neo Brandsburg. Otherwise, you're getting a little bit far from town, maybe, or from the island. But not sure what his plans are. But I do know, he's got some pretty big aspirations for it, and the shelves is a part of that too. Not to mention his grambling. Making slot machines.
They're gonna come back.
Yeah.
slot machine's crazy. I want to make one so bad.
I'm sure you could make them somewhat functional as well. Oh, imagine. So, yeah, big update, Copper Age. And of course, I'm very biased because I was a big supporter and lover of the Copper Golem. I built the Copper Golem shop out of, I guess, mourning for the Copper Golem when it did not win the mob vote on Community Server 2. And then the Tough Golem following that too. So I'm very excited for that. And I don't know about you, but I love the new functionality of the Copper Golem. I think it's a huge improvement on what they were originally kind of selling it as during the mob vote.
Oh yeah, I love having a little guy run around my base. I think it's gonna be so cool. And then he just does stuff for me. That's even cooler. Like I can like make a sorting system that is not like a miserable like amount of programming. I can just have a little dude do it for me, and that's so cool.
I wonder what you're talking about there. Definitely not Jay's experience on Community Server 2 when he took over the whole Embrand base and made a sorting system that nobody knew how to use.
Yeah.
Couldn't be that. Couldn't be that.
Right at the end, too.
Right. I really hope he's
like
listening to this.
Yeah, when I go and do something like this, like I don't know. The Embrand base, I love in CS2. I'm a big fan of how it turned out. I just kind of wish that it wasn't like finished and completely changed right at the end of the server. Because at that point, like it wasn't really our base. It was just it wasn't our base. That's my hot take.
Yeah. Nonetheless, we digress. But yes, Copper Golems, they pick up items from the new Copper Chest, which regardless of its functionality, it's cool to have a new chest variant. For building, and of course they can be waxed and oxidized and all that carry on. But yeah, little guy, just a little guy, Copper Golem picks up the items from there. Then they just go to the nearest chest or the nearest amount of chests, and they look for similar items and they put them in there. But like you were saying,
I love those little guys.
It's going to be nice to have a little bit of life.
That's all I have to add.
Yeah. Having them just running around your base and just having a little bit more, movement and life in otherwise, kind of just still and empty areas. And they can put stuff on their heads. In the sense that I know the iron golems, how do they get the poppy on their head?
I think an iron golem just puts a poppy on its head.
Yeah, decorative flowers can be planted by iron golems. These flowers can be removed with shears and drop upon turning into a statue. Oh, I kind of wish they kept them when they turn into a statue. But yeah, so they can put stuff on their heads, which is really, really funny. Here's a screenshot. Very cute. I hope that there's functionality, maybe through a data pack or something, to put custom items on their heads. I'm sure that should be easy enough with a data pack. Surely you can do some sort of right-click detection for players. I'd love to look into that. But yes, very cute little guys. I think I'm going to have to bring back the Copper Golem shop just so I can have a reason to have Copper Golems running around. But I love them. Such a cool addition. And I hope we get to see more mob vote stuff and biome votes for that matter added in the future updates.
I would love the baobab tree. That would be cool.
The what?
The savannah was going to get an update.
Oh, right, with the big trees,
Yeah, and termites.
That's
That would be fun if I could unleash termites in town.
Luckily, there's a lot of stone buildings here, but the whole plaza area, the whole big central building, is mostly made of wood.
Victim of termites. Get ready, everyone.
Get ready. Here they come. But yes, but no, I completely agree. Coming away from the drops, you were saying before, we haven't really had a big update in a while. I think it was probably, I want to say the wild update.
Chambers.
Oh, what was that update called? I can never quite remember it. Was it Tricky Trials?
I think.
Yeah. Which this still is, because that was 1.21 Or was that
Yes.
1.20? What was 1.20?
I think that was a wild update.
No, Wild Up was 1.19. Tricky Trials was 1.20.1. Oh,
Trails and Tails.
which was uh
Trial Chambers, or no, Trailed Ruins, Armor Trims,
that's
um,
right. Cherry
Cherry,
Groves,
yeah,
Trail
Bamboo as well.
Ruins. Was it the Sniffer as well? Yeah, Sniffer
It was
Egg.
a sniffer as well.
Yeah, all the bamboo stuff. That's right. That's right. That was a pretty cool update. Added the Relic music disc, which is one of my favorites. Camels. Yeah. No, that was good. But again, I think it was like the problem that people had was that it was I love this. 1.20.3 was Bats and Pots. Is that an official name? Oh yes, it was. It was a game drop. They called it Bats and Pots. That's yep.
Well, they
Anyway.
got the bundles of bravery.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which was cool because that was them finally figuring out how to make bundles work, and they did quite a good job. We got Armored Paws, which was the armadillos and the wolf armor, which I've never used, but I do like armadillos and the wolf variants. So I mean, yeah, overall the drops have been cool, and it's a cool way to add lots of little things in. But then I feel like sometimes they get to a point where the drops are quite big in scope and almost need to be like a major update rather than like, what are we on
Yeah,
now? 1.21.9 is the next update. And there's so
correct.
much stuff being added. I'm like, they could have maybe, I would have been more than happy to have condensed this and done a bigger update, in 6 months' time or something. Because also modding and server upkeep and maintenance and management has been a little bit of a frustration with all of these updates to keep up with them. But I would love, yeah. What would you expect to see in the next major update? We do have Minecraft Live in next week or a couple weeks?
I don't know. I don't even know what they're gonna cook up. I have like no hopes, ideas, dreams, anything.
Hmm. September 27th, literally next week. We should have done this podcast next week.
Wow, you're
Yep.
right.
That's all right. I'm going to be away anyway, so wouldn't have lined up. But it means we can have another one sooner than later. We don't have to wait 6 months for the next podcast.
Yay!
Yay! But yeah, I'm curious to see because I know they've talked about game drops announcements there. But I would love if they were like, oh, here's the game drops we're going to have by the end of the year, and coming in, winter 2026, early 2026 is going to be Minecraft 1.22, and it is the. What do you think it's going to be?
I don't know, man.
Well,
The Birch Forest update, sure.
no, that'd be a drop. That'd be a drop.
Okay,
And they
well,
already kind of did that. They did the fallen trees and the wildflowers. It'll be like a biome, like multiple biomes, or like a update to the end or something. I know people are going on and on and on about an end update like they always do. I'd love to see them do something like they did for the Nether with different biomes and new mobs and stuff, but who knows? Who
I think we need
knows?
another Nether update.
Another Nether update.
Yeah, I think we need another one.
I would love to see the Nether height increased. Or let me rephrase, I'd love to see them do something different with the roof. I'd love to see that into like, some sort of like similar how we've got on the overworld, we've got like the deep dark or like the deep slate. I'd love to see them do something like that in the Nether. Like if maybe the upper level of the Nether was a much more like more blackstone and maybe a darker area with more like kind of biome variations and maybe less netherrack and stuff like that. That could be interesting. Kind of flip the overworld.
Aesthetically, that's cool. Technically, nah, man, the Netheroo is really cool as is.
Yes. Imagine the technical community outcry if they couldn't
Literally.
build their gold farms on the ceiling anymore. I don't know. I'd love to see something new, though. I know that, but time will tell.
To
Time will
give us a
tell.
skulk dimension in an ancient city, portal
Uh,
into the skulk world or whatever.
yeah, I that could be interesting. I do kind of love the mystery of it, but I'd love to see the ancient cities built upon a little bit. But I don't know what they'd do there. I feel like that seems too easy, maybe too obvious. I don't know. I have faith. A lot of people don't. I do. I mean, here we are playing the game right now after a long, 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 long time. Um, Clearly, we have some sort of faith in Mojang to do what they're going
I
to
hate this place. I hate this place. Get me out of here.
do. But no. Yes, we will see. But I know we've got a lot of aspirations as well from the modded side. I know there's been talks of doing another project create that Galaxy wants to get up and running at some point. Well, I know that everyone's been talking about I can't remember what it's called, and maybe we'll save it for next time when Galaxy's free, but there's talks about waiting for the avionics mod or aviation, some sort of flying machine mod that has been one of those mods that's been in development for years and years and years and years. But I think there's still a desire to do a Project Create sooner than later, which will be quite exciting. I'd love to do a Project Hardcore again. I know I've talked about that a lot. Oh, my ghast is very ominously flying towards us. Now it's gone.
Oh, hey, little dude.
But yeah, but as we were talking, oh my gosh, do not hit my ghast with your trident. Oh no.
Oh,
For anyone
I'll be back
listening,
in a second. Don't worry.
Noel just went splat while trying to riptide up to my ghast, my happy ghast. Are you back at your base?
I'm walking back from spawn or from town center
Okay.
or whatever it's called.
Oh well, if we hit 5 minutes, I'll pick up your stuff. Yes, no, I'm very happy at the moment, just kind of taking this slower speed on this server and just keeping the engagement up on here and seeing where we go. Yeah, but no.
It's chill. Love the chill server.
And we haven't even had to face your ire yet.
Yeah, no one's had to face my ire yet. No one wants to. People are too bored. They're so boring. They're like, oh, I don't want to face your ire. Whatever, man. You will come to rue today.
Exactly. So yeah, no, it's it's a good time on here. It's a good time for existence. We're in a good space, and I think we've got a good kind of future ahead of us, especially with the 10th anniversary coming up. Yeah, really, really happy with where we are, and really thankful for everyone's support. Of course. So yeah. Well, Noel, any other points from you that you wanted to address before we bid farewell to episode 45 here?
Has it been that long already? Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize. I didn't know the podcast was going this long. Closing points.
Closing points?
I don't have any.
No. It's been great. Just this is a fun way to do a podcast. We often
Literally
spend
no plans whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, we've done that before, but we did have some rough talking points that we wanted to cover off anyway. But just you and I sitting down, often we'll spend so long trying to find a good time that works for everyone, and then plan out other things, and then pick the date, and it's always a little bit of a mission. So this is great. I know we joked about having an impromptu podcast a few weeks ago. That was a little bit crazy. But
we actually did it this time.
We've actually done it. Yeah.
Crazy, getting crazy here on Existence SMP.
Yes. But no, well, shall we? I'm going to remember. I forgot to do it last time, but I'd like to thank our patrons. It is because of I should do that. Their incredible funding no matter how big or how small, helps to fund everything we do here in existence. It allows us to host our community server, the creative server, our website, our world downloads, everything, and hopefully some future project servers as well. So a huge thank you to ACG1000, ArtGunt, Ace, also known as Change, Flaxy, Demirath, Earthy Sand, Evie Remy, Phelan the Wolf, HA2222, iGalaxy, It's Purple J, Cat, also known as Banana Bubble, K-Sauls, Dr. Little, Marco's cool, McNugs, Mundy, still a Patreon, even though we haven't heard from Mundy in a little while. Yeah, Project, and Sugarcaney, and there's still more. TC Midnight, Waffle Stick, Wolfie, and Yoglington. Wow, we have a lot of patrons. I think this is the most patrons we've ever had. At least of recent. Congratulations, yes. No, it's great. We are running on budget at the moment, which is always awesome. I send a big thank you message to all the patrons the other month, because it really means a lot to know that existence is self-sufficient, and it is because of all those incredible patrons that we're able to do that. So yes, thank you everyone. Thank you, Noel, for joining me.
Yeah, of course. I got to sit around and talk for an hour. What better way to spend my evening?
Absolutely. And yes, we will catch you all on episode 46, hopefully to recap Minecraft Live 2025.
Yeah, and if you're watching this in like 6 months and there still isn't an episode yet, hope you enjoy whatever it's about.
Yes, we will see. Awesome. Cool. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye.